All right. So we talked about what is the roadmap and why you need a roadmap. The biggest, question many people will ask is, well, how do I create it?
Yeah.
And it's really up to you.
For us, we like to get out of our house and go to a different setting. Our first one we did at a campsite that we love.
In North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Otto was 4 or 5 months sitting there. He was 5 months because it was my birthday trip.
Yeah.
He was sitting in his little bumbo. It was so sweet.
And Tiffany constantly looked at me and said, don't let him eat those rocks.
Yeah.
And then he was eating those rocks.
Yeah. Anyways.
We removed ourselves from everyday life.
Yep. So there were no real interruptions.
And we got to a point where we could, relaxation and separation are the two main goals when getting into writing your roadmap or creating your roadmap.
Yeah. So if you're married, working on this with your spouse to make sure that you're on the same page. Maybe you outline some points for yourself and have your spouse outline some points, but coming together and making sure that you're building a roadmap for your family.
Yeah.
And they're like in ours, we had sections for us as individuals within it, but our business had a section. Our personal, like our family life was a section. And then we had personal sections within it.
And so the way Tiffany and I built our roadmap was on PowerPoint. We just went in PowerPoint and created slides and said 2019, here's the business goals. 2019, here's the family goals.
So that wasn't the roadmap. The roadmap was a Word document.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then we took the roadmap and chunked it into goals.
Yep.
For each business and each quarter. Well, we had annual, monthly, quarterly, all that good stuff. So we broke it down. And once a month, we would sit down and review the goal. And we would read through the roadmap and then go through our goals and see, are we on track to hit, this month's goal, this quarter's goal, and so on.
And I would highly encourage you, if you're going to go do this, which I encourage everyone to, but my encouragement to you is don't edit what you've written, create a new one so you can go back and see how things have shifted.
Yeah.
I love that you have different pages on a spreadsheet that show kind of our property tracker.
Absolutely.
And this year we had, one property. This year we added 4 properties. That year we added 7 properties.
I do a new spreadsheet of our property tracker and our goal sheet each year. So it is really sweet to see. I wanted you to put a vapor barrier in our old house for like a year.
It finally happened.
It did.
Right before we sold it.
Right. And then we sold it. So it wasn't an issue. But we had goals for us as individuals, for the family, like things we wanted around the house done. And we just kept it in this tracker. So we knew.
Are we reaching them?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people say, if you don't write a goal down, it's not going to happen.
Well, there's statistics. I want to say it's Harvard. Don't quote me on that. But where they looked at what people achieved if they had no goals, if they had goals that they just verbally said, and then if they had written goals. And the people with written goals were way more likely to reach them than even the ones that had the goal but didn't write it down.
So the way I do my goals is through a vision board. And every January, I take my last image board, my last vision board, and see, have things shifted? Am I still aspiring to have that big RV?
Yeah.
Am I still aspiring to have this, YouTube channel or whatnot, whatever was on my vision board.
Right.
And I love going back and looking at my vision board and seeing, oh my gosh, I had 9 images up here.
Yeah.
And I've achieved 7 of them.
Right. It's really fun.
And now I get to evolve that vision board.
Absolutely.
And take it to the next level.
Yeah.